The kicker, Blake Rupe, set to start it. And off we go from legendary Lambeau. And this opening kickoff doesn't reach the landing zone, hitting short of the 20, so that will move the ball out to the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Ready.
From the gun, it's Love. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back, because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception. And the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
A 2nd down throw for Love. The open man is Reed. He's got it. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard, and sets up 3rd down.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
He's got a man. It's Dobbs. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
This one is caught by Reed. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what the week's plan was, and that was to get the quarterback in a rhythm right out of the gate. You got to imagine as the game unfolds, they'll sprinkle in some runs. But so far, it's been their passing game to get this game started, and that last one results in a 1st down.
Ready.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set, go.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He keeps it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. And he'll take it on in. Tucker Kraft. Touchdown, Packers. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's 1st possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Packers will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. And their quarterback is the all-time leading passer for the Raiders, Derek Carr, the veteran.
If he's going to lead his team to a win, he has to be smart with his decision-making. The last thing you want to do is give the opposing team an extra possession solely because you got reckless with the ball. As long as he is calculated with those risks, I think they have a good chance today coming out on top.
Brought in by Chris Olave. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. First carry now for Alvin Kamara. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Xavier McKinney, the one who brings him down. 2nd and 7. Carr working out of the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Here's Carr. That's deep for Olave. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down. The Saints lining up in punt formation. Out to return this for the Packers, it's Keyshawn Nixon. Now, fair catch taken, and they're going to have great starting field position just shy of midfield. The Packers offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5.
Ready.
Now Love. That's caught downfield. Dobbs. A gain of 24 through the air. 1st down, Packers.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up 1st downs without getting the 3rd down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. But when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to 3rd and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. This is caught at the 2. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line. From the 1-yard line, 1st down and goal.
Let's go now.
To throw is Love. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
Goes without saying, Mike, you have to be smart with the ball, especially down here in the red zone. You're already in scoring position. And I understand they're trying to come away with a touchdown, but at the very least, come away with 3. Worst case scenario is you turn the ball over and you come away with nothing.
Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stop him short. No gain. Once more from the 2. 3rd and goal. They'll run with Jacobs. And he's going nowhere. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it's 4th and goal.
That 3rd down stop, Mike, now changes the entire approach of this offense. You're thinking to yourself, all right, it's 3rd down. Let's run it on up in there. If we don't score, we still have 4th down in our back pocket. And now the defense takes you back for a loss. So what do you do now?
And that's going to be incomplete. They roll the dice, 4th and goal, but they're going to wind up being turned away by the defense. The Saints offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. They'll run for the 1st time with their fullback. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Carr now. Now, look out. That ball is free in the end zone. One of his teammates is there to pick it up. Fortunate that that was not worse for the offense. The pressure's on. They knock it out of the quarterback's hands, but only a safety instead of the defense getting a touchdown.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, Mike, you always have that clock in your head, but that clock has to speed up even quicker when you find yourself dropping in your own end zone. And fortunately for them, that fumble doesn't lead to a touchdown, but instead results in the 2-point safety.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
On play action, Love. This one on target, it's Dobbs. And he will go all the way. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Green Bay. McManus on for the point after. It's up. And the Packers are able to extend their first quarter lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense headed back to take over once more. They need to start making here, down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. That'll be batted away, incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down. Back is Carr. Throw right side to Olave. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
What down?
They'll run on first down with Kamara. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Linebacker Isaiah McDuffie ends the play there. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Carr. Here's a screen coming for Kamara. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's second and 9. Throwing is Carr. To the left side into the hands of Olave. Here's 3rd and 2. In motion is Hill. He'll try and run for this with Kamara. Looking for room out on the edge. Not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down. A fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. So after 1, they'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
Set, ready. Hut.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. This is taken in by Dobbs. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Here we go, set.
A good play action with Love. Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate. Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Here we go, here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jaden Reed was the intended target, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Set, hut. Set, hut.
Now, faking the give. This one complete. Right side, it's Watson. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come off. Now, how about this? It's a fake. And that is going to be an absolute disaster. They wanted the holder to throw it. He couldn't get away. Now they're going to turn it over on downs. Carr now to throw on first down. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. Now, Carr. Open man, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. In the shotgun, it's Carr. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
So, all my years, here's one that you don't see often. Oh, and now look at this. It's a fake. This is caught, and he'll be taken down. Not sure the decision there, but at least they'll retain possession.
And another great throw right there, Mike. And when you take a look at the numbers, they certainly don't lie. He has just been flat out terrific in this first half. His ability to spread the ball around, take what the defense has given him. They've certainly had a lot of success here early on.
That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down.
Ready. Ready.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down. Open is Kraft. He's got it. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They pick up 27 and convert on fourth down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is. There's no doubting the fact, Mike, they've made a clear point in saying we need to get this guy the ball as often as possible, and so far, they've had great success when they have gotten him the ball. I think defensively at some point, you've got to find a way to get this duo out of this rhythm or they're going to be in for a long game. You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. Back to the air, it's Love. He's going to run it. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Let's go. Ready.
On first and 10, here's Love. Got his man at the 6. And he'll be taken down.
There's a reason certain guys, Mike, just always seem to be open. It's really because route running is more art than it is science. How do you manipulate the defense to find open spots or win versus man to create separation and earn the trust of your quarterback?
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. First down and goal.
Set, ready. Set.
Here's Love. That one, take it in. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Packers. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start of this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Williams now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Now out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. And they'll bring him down around the 27-yard line. Linebacker Isaiah McDuffie ends the play there. Here's a 2nd and 9. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Back with more from Lambeau Field after this. In motion is Hill. Carr now on 2nd down. And it's a reception for Taysom Hill. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. He's got his man. That's Olave. That's a dozen for number 12. And he's got a 1st down as well.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on. So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. Carr working out of the gun. And this is going to be incomplete. That is a letdown there. Pass looked to be on target, no catch, and now 4th down. Here's the punter now. And remember, the last time they tried this, he had it blocked. And this ball will be down on the other side of midfield. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Set.
In motion, Reed.
Set.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
Hut, hut.
On play action, Love. That's caught downfield. Dobbs. Big half continues. Already 2 touchdowns on the score sheet. And here, this grab gets him a first down.
Here we go. Here we go.
In motion, Reed.
Ready?
Love to throw on 1st and 10. That is brought in at the 10. And that's going to do it. It'll put him over 200 receiving yards in the game. What a performance. That grab also comes with a first down.
Set, cut. Cut.
Now Love. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking.
Here we go.
Just wasn't quite meant to be.
In motion, Reed. On 2nd down, Love. And that is incomplete. But now a penalty flag comes in
Pass
late.
interference.
He
Defense.
might have been caught with his hands in the cookie jar.
Automatic first down.
So now then, 1st and goal from the 1.
Ready? Ready?
They'll run with Jacobs. He slams it in there, and he is in. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Green Bay. Now it's McManus for the point after. He knocks it through. And the Packers will add 1 more onto their big lead.